The early days of this website can often be related to the Wild West. Sure, there was some regulation on what you could and couldn't post, but for the most part it was almost a free-for-all. It was nothing like the cleaned up and polished landscape of today. When I was a kid in the late 2000s and early 2010s, YouTube was one of my favorite websites. I used to get lost for hours at a time watching different clips, which mostly consisted of video games, Legos, and sometimes weird animated parodies. The old YouTube landscape had lots of variety, and with that came a lot of crap. The unregulated landscape made way for lots of different artists to post their works, whether it was good, or bad, or not for kids. However, as a kid, I of course didn't know what was and wasn't for kids, so naturally I ended up clicking on all sorts of things that I probably wasn't supposed to, some of which had long-lasting effects on me that I've decided to talk about in this video today. These are the YouTube videos that freaked me out as a kid. Spongebob Plays Saw. I remember watching this video sometime in the 4th grade. It really gave me nightmares. I distinctly remember my sister and I, on our computer in the office room, clicking on this video because it had SpongeBob in the title and thumbnail. I of course didn't really know what Saw was. The crude drawings mixed with really creepy imagery was enough to give me SpongeBob related nightmares for a week. I remember telling my friends about this video at school, and it gave them a similar reaction. Watching this at night is what really did it for me. The scene where it starts showing actual video from the movie Saw is what really got me. I have to say, this video actually influenced me a lot. As a kid, it really caused me to love horror, and it probably greatly influenced my own crude animations from back in the day. Watching this as an adult, I have to say that it's really funny. Mars Mission Movie. As a kid, I loved LEGO stop-motion videos. In particular, I loved the LEGO Mars Mission stop-motion videos. So I would often come across lots of videos like these that would pique my attention. This one in particular I found to be very eerie. It deals with a low frame rate and lots of jump cuts. But besides that, it also has very creepy subject matter, with lots of blood. The story consisted of an alien that escaped from a facility, and the humans have to find it and kill it. It was probably like a cool night in 5th grade 2008 when I saw this video. I was probably no older than 9 years old. You can imagine that at night, these visuals mixed with the weird mouth noises were enough to really creep me out as a kid. Again, I have to say that this video also really inspired me. If you've looked back at my backlog of videos, you might notice a few LEGO stop-motion videos I made, and one of them is actually very similar to this one. It's really crazy how things I saw as a kid really had such a profound effect on me years later. Spongebob Hemp Pants. Here's another one that I probably shouldn't have watched when I was like 7. This is Spongebob Hemp Pants, which was an old TV program from the early 2000s that was of course a parody of SpongeBob SquarePants. There were rips of it all over YouTube, and I of course clicked on this one, not really realizing what I was getting into. Most of it was just jokes I didn't quite understand, and some of it I even thought was funny. Except I distinctly remember this really horrifying scene where this happens. As someone in 4th grade, this totally freaked me out. That plus Crackhead Sandy was enough to keep me up for a really long time. Overall, I have to say that it's very interesting how the creepy feeling I got from these videos opened my eyes to a totally new world that would inspire me for years to come. This was probably just the very beginning of my fascination with horror and the internet. From here, I would start listening to creepypasta readings and start animating Mr. Nightmare stories. It's insane how far I've come as a creator, and it's truly fascinating finally being able to see these videos through the lens of an adult. I'm really glad that these videos are still up too. Some of them are more than 12 years old, and the creators still decide to keep them up after all these years. I bet that these videos inspired lots of different creators. In a way, I suppose I'm making this video because these videos were key moments of my childhood. This is a sort of tribute to these videos because I really don't want them to get lost to time. I just hope that in the future, I am able to inspire people just as much as these videos inspired me. Thank you. I'm gonna tell